So here we are starting with section C, that is physics, children. We are already done with biology and chemistry. So very first question here says that a boy in a moving train tosses a coin which falls behind him. It means that the train is moving with accelerated motion, uniform velocity, uniform speed, or circular accelerated motion. Now you will tell me the coin falls behind. So is it the case of starting from rest or coming to rest? Yes, starting from rest. We have done two cases when the car stops suddenly or when the car starts suddenly, right? Human ear cannot hear those mechanical waves whose frequency lies in the frequency less than 20 hertz and more than 20,000 hertz. So human ear can hear the frequency range of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, right? So when the vibrating object moves backward, it creates a region of low pressure, and that region is rarefaction. Fraction, everyone is right. If the force acting on a body causes no displacement, the work done is zero. Because work done is given by F into S. If displacement is zero, so the work done is also equal to 0 joules. So a person is rowing a boat, which is the reaction force in this situation. So do you remember Newton's third law of motion, everyone? So Newton's third law of motion says that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So in all the example we used to study the action forces and reaction forces. So जो आपके action force होता है, person is rowing a boat. So pushing the oars in the backward direction is an action force, and motion of the boat is the reaction force. Let us go through the options. Water pushes the oar. Is water pushing the oar? No. Yes. Oar pushes the water. Action force. Oar is pushing the water in the backward direction. That is an action force. Boat floats on water. Boat floats on water, but is it in reaction force? No. Floating happens. Person pulls the oar. Is it the option? No. All are closer. So boat floats on water is the motion of the boat, which is in the forward direction. So this becomes the reaction force. Because boat floating on water represents the motion of boat in the forward direction. So here action force is in backward direction and reaction force is in forward direction. Now moving ahead, an object floats. An object floats if it displaces an amount of liquid whose weight is greater than the actual weight of the object. क्या ऐसा होता है? ऑब्जेक्ट कब फ्लोट करता है? जब उसका वेट ग्रेटर होगा या स्मॉलर होगा? स्मॉलर. So what is the mistake here? Greater. It should be smaller. During flotation, an object experiences no net force in downward डायरेक्शन. फ्लोटेशन के केस में एक्सपीरियंस क्या ऑब्जेक्ट कोई नेट फोर्स एक्सपीरियंस नहीं करता? करता है. Yes, so this is false and this is true. So assertion false and reason true. Who got this right? Wonderful, wonderful, everyone. So what will happen to the gravitational force between two bodies if the mass of one body is double and the distance halved? Yes. Yes, children, it will become 8 times. So what is the basic formula for gravitational force? G M1 M2 अपॉन आर स्क्वायर. डी स्क्वायर बोलेंगे, आर स्क्वायर बोलेंगे, एक ही बात है. अब वो क्या बोल रहा है कि क्या होगा ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स का इफ द मास ऑफ वन बॉडी इज डबल और डिस्टेंस इज हाफ. एक का मास डबल कर रहे हो तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? 2. डिस्टेंस को हाफ कर दोगे तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? into 1/4. So when 4 will move to numerator, it will become how many times? 8 times. Got it? But who has written the formula, put the respective values and then do this? Wonderful for those, and rest of you may end up losing marks for not showing the steps. How did you get the answer? So it becomes very important in physics that you have to show the proofs and justify the statement using the formulas. Why school bags provided with the broader steps? School bags, I need the formula first.
Pressure equals to thrust upon area.
Okay, let me hear the online students as well. Can you be loud? Can you be little louder, Aradhya?
Ma'am, pressure equals to force upon area.
Wonderful. The pressure is equal to force upon area. So here we are talking about the broader straps. So broader straps have more area of contact. And how are these two quantities related? Inversely proportional. So broader the strap, right? Yes, check for the keywords, class. Check for the keywords. Broader straps. Yes, means having
More surface area.
more surface area. More surface area means less pressure on shoulders. Right? So it's why school bags are provided. It's not about the whole body, it's about the shoulders. ठीक है, ये पूरी body के बारे में बात नहीं हो रही होती हो, just it's only about the shoulders. So broader straps means yes, having more surface area or more area of contact. We know that pressure is inversely related to the area of contact. So more the area of contact, less will be the pressure. Very simple question. What is the condition of an object to float?
The density of the object should be lesser than the density.
Yes, absolutely right. The object should be lighter than the liquid it is put into, right? So the density of the object should be less than the density of the liquid it is immersed in. If it is equal, then it will rise and float. If it is less, then it will rise and float. If it is equal,
It will float in the middle.
No, it will remain there. No, no, sink or float का क्या मतलब होगा?
It will remain at that position.
Yes, it will remain at that position. जिस position पे वो object होता है, वो उसी position पे रहता है. तो we have almost 3 cases. कौन कौन से हैं? The object is less denser than the liquid. Listen to me, don't prompt क्योंकि वो उन बच्चों को समझ नहीं आएगा. The object is less denser than the liquid. If the object is less denser than the liquid, then the object will rise and float. Second case, the object is equal, the density of the object is equal to the density of the liquid. In that case, the object will keep on floating as at its own position. Third case, the object is more denser than the liquid it is immersed into. So the object will sink. Next is define amplitude and give their SI unit. Amplitude को define करना है आपको. Who will give me the exact definition? Mohit is raising hand. Yes, Mohit. Wonderful and wonderfully express the maximum displacement of the particles from its mean position, or you may also write from its undisturbed position, that is known as amplitude. अब वो आपको बोल रहे हैं कि ऐसा यूनिट दीजिए, तो इट्स डिस्प्लेसमेंट. तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट की ऐसा यूनिट क्या होती है? मीटर. Are we matching our answers, online students?
Yes,
ma'am.
Wonderful. A train starting from a railway station. Yes, ये तो तुम खेलते खेलते भी कर लोगे. We have done many more things. So a train starting from railway station attains a velocity of 30 meter per second in 1 minute. What is its acceleration? So acceleration is given by v minus u upon t. Starting from rest मतलब क्या है? U equals to 0, right? और उसने velocity कितना attain किया?
30 meter per second.
Yes, speed required or attained velocity is always the final velocity, which is 30 meter per second in this case. So the time is equal to 1 minute. which is equal to 60 seconds. So acceleration is v minus u upon t. And you may also use the first relation, that is velocity time relation. Either of the things, they are same, right? So your v is 30 minus 0 upon 60, which is equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5 meter per second square. ये questions बहुत ही easy होते हैं, but तब भी बच्चे इसमें marks कटवाए जाते हैं for not putting the units in the end and not giving the conclusory statements. ऐसा कोई बच्चा है इस क्लासरूम में? गिवन लिखना बहुत जरूरी है, फॉर्मूला यूज बताना बहुत जरूरी है, राइट के वर्किंग दिखाना बहुत जरूरी है. इन द एंड एवरीथिंग इज राइट बट वी एंड अप लूजिंग हाफ मार्क्स फॉर नॉट पुटिंग अप द यूनिट्स. तो ये बात आप ध्यान रखेंगे. लेट्स मूव अहेड टू द नेक्स्ट सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. वी हैव हियर, yes. So answer the following. Define. The first part is define reverberation, how it can be reduced. Okay. 3 hands raised. Kanika. Due to repeated reflections. Wonderfully answered. Ojas.
Reverberation is the overlapping of the echoed sound over the original sound.
No, this is not the exact definition. You have given the meaning, but you're closer, you're not perfect. Anyone from online? Anyone from online? No, no one. Okay, Mohak.
The persistence of sound and a big wall due to repeated reflection from the
Very good. The persistence of sound due to multiple reflections from the floor, from the ceiling, that is known as reverberation. So multiple echoes are reverberation. But meaning बताना और definition लिखने में बहुत फर्क होता है. Definition हमेशा हमें keywords का ध्यान रखते हुए लिखनी चाहिए. So what are the two keywords, children, here? दो keywords क्या है आपका? Persistence. Yes, persistent
sound.
sound.
repeated reflection.
Wonderful. And the second keyword is repeated reflections. And what are the fixtures which are responsible for repeated reflections?
Hard surfaces.
Hard surfaces, wonderful. Right, so hard surfaces like your floor, your ceiling, जहाँ से sound reflect होके आ सकता है. So reflect होने के लिए क्या, reflection के लिए क्या चाहिए? Yes, hard surfaces चाहिए and smooth surfaces चाहिए at the same time. How it can be reduced? Just recall the movie halls or the auditoriums you often visit. जल्दी से, I want the whole class. Movie halls में क्या लगा होता है? What kind of seats are there? What kind of walls are there? What kind of flooring is there? Is it?
Using cushioned seats and chairs.
Yes. Fiber board allows the reflection to take place. If you look at the auditorium where performances are going on, there is a concave board which is over there that allows the reflection, right? So in order, here our purpose is to reduce the reverberation. So reduction कैसे होगा?
Carpets, curtains, sound absorbers.
Yes, yes, absolutely right. Yes, absolutely and precisely right. One should be using the carpeted floor, curtains, because the cloths are porous and they act as a sound absorber. किसके जैसे act करते हैं वो? Sound absorber के जैसे act करते हैं, right? And it helps to prevent what? Reverberation. Now see children, an echo returned in 4 seconds. What is the distance of reflecting surface?
688 meters. 688.
Yes, so here what you need to do? 688 meters. Yes. What you need to do? देखो क्या बोल रहा है? Echo returned in 4 seconds. So if this is a source of sound and this is a reflecting board, right? The sound will travel from here and gets reflected here, right? So यहाँ से जाना और यहाँ तक वापस आना, बिकॉज हेयर इज द साउंड प्रोड्यूसिंग ऑब्जेक्ट। तो ये वाला जो टाइम है वो टोटल मिला के कितना है, 4 सेकेंड। और हमें डिस्टेंस किसका निकालना है, रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस फ्रॉम द सोर्स। सो दिस इज व्हाट इज नोन एज सोर्स, राइट, एंड हेयर इज द रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस। यहाँ पे क्या है, रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस है। तो आपको ये वाला डिस्टेंस निकालना है। तो अगर जाके आने में उसको 4 सेकेंड लगे हैं, तो वन साइड ट्रैवल में उसको कितना टाइम लगा होगा, 2 सेकेंड लगे होंगे। डू यू रिमेम्बर वी डू लाइक दैट? अदरवाइज व्हाट डू? वी डायरेक्टली कैलकुलेट द डिस्टेंस एंड वी रिड्यूस इट टू हाफ। तो अब यहाँ पे स्पीड क्या है आपकी, 344। हमें डिस्टेंस निकालना है, तो डिस्टेंस इज नथिंग बट स्पीड इनटू टाइम, राइट। तो स्पीड हमारी है 344 और टाइम क्या है हमारा, 2 seconds, which is equal to 688 meters. So distance between the source and the reflecting surface is 688 meters. Are we correct? Have we written given properly? Have we shown the working? क्या हमने छोटे छोटे सारे काम किए हैं? All right. So next is, look, spelling error in the paper. Okay, it's okay. State and derive Newton's second. Acha, I missed 37. Okay, let's go back. Derive the relationship between small g and capital G. So you have to give the derivation of the relation between small g and capital G. So that means you have to give the derivation of acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity का give derivation कौन बताएगा मुझे? What are the steps? How do we calculate? Quickly. We can participate. What is acceleration due to gravity? Look children, इन दोनों के बीच में, उसने डायरेक्ट नहीं बोला कि फॉर्मूला निकाल के बताओ, उसने क्या बोला है कि इन दोनों के बीच में रिलेशन बताओ। मतलब आपको एक ऐसा फॉर्मूला देना है जिसमें आपका एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी दैट इज स्मॉल जी आए और द कैपिटल जी विच इज अ ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट। सो वो आपका स्मॉल जी के फॉर्मूले में आता है विच इज इक्वल टू कैपिटल जी एम अपॉन आर स्क्वायर। तो हमें इस वाले फॉर्मूले का डेरिवेशन करना है। So we will be using two laws. One here is universal law of gravity. Right? Says that F is equal to G m1 into m2 upon r square. Got it? So here m1 refers to the mass of, you may take earth, you may take object, and m2 refers to the mass of object. ठीक है, ये किसको रेफर करता है, मास ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट को। अब आप देखेंगे आपके पास F का फॉर्मूला आ गया। व्हाट दिस, वी आर वर्किंग ऑन एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी विच इज अ केस ऑफ फ्री फॉल। ये किसका केस है, फ्री फॉल। सो फ्री फॉल के केस में वी ऑलवेज कैलकुलेट द फोर्स एज m into g. Got it or not? So here the acceleration is produced, but this acceleration is due to gravity. So this acceleration is known as small g. इसको हम किससे रिप्रेजेंट कर देंगे, स्मॉल g से। तो ये भी फोर्स है और ये भी फोर्स है फॉर द सेम ऑब्जेक्ट बट विद डिफरेंट फॉर्मूले। सो कैन वी इक्वेट द टू? Can we equate the two? So here this m refers to the mass of the object. तो आपका mass of the object क्या है, m2 है, ठीक है। तो आपके पास फॉर्मूला क्या है, g m1 m2 upon r square equals to m2 into g. So m2 will cancel m2. So this m is mass of earth, so you can just represent it with capital M or small m upon r square which is equal to small g. So just two formulas equating the two and you get to have your relation between the small g and the capital G. And what is the value for small g? 9.8. Yes, 9.8 meter per second square. Are we done with this? याद आ गया अगर हम भूल गए थे तो? कर लिया? Please make sure you people are writing language. You are not missing out any details, which concept, which law we are using. Paryul and Aditi, क्या हम कर पा रहे हैं connect?
Yes, ma'am.
कविता? Okay, state, no, the second part. Write one difference between mass and weight. जल्दी से बता दो. सबसे पहले one difference आया तो that one difference should be with respect to meaning, no other thing. अब ये कांस्टेंट बोलो, वेरी बोलो, वो सब चीजें नहीं. सबसे पहले आपको मीनिंग बताना है.
Its measure is inertia and it's remain constant everywhere.
यहाँ पे हम गलत हो रहे हैं मोहक. मास मेजर इज नॉट inertia, inertia measure is mass. Mass is not measured by inertia, rather inertia is measured by mass. Second most important thing, it is not giving you the meaning. So आप लोग सोचोगे कि हम तो चीजें रिलेटेबल लिख कर आए हैं बट हमें मार्क्स नहीं मिले. मार्क्स ऐसे नहीं मिलते हैं. अगर आप कीवर्ड्स का प्रॉपर यूज नहीं करते हो तो आपको साइंस में मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे. ये बात ध्यान रखनी है आपको. अगर हम मास और वेट की बात करेंगे और वन ही डिफरेंस पूछा गया तो सबसे पहला और प्राइमरी डिफरेंस हमेशा क्या होता है? मीनिंग और डेफिनेशन. व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग ऑफ मास, मास रिप्रेजेंट्स द क्वांटिटी ऑफ मैटर प्रेजेंट इन एनी ऑब्जेक्ट. व्हाट डज वेट रिप्रेजेंट? यस, द फोर्स. The force applied by the earth on any object, that is the weight, right? State the Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle बताएंगे आप? Yes, Kanika.
Archimedes principle is that when an object is partially immersed in a liquid,
She has given the whole law properly, but she missed out one small thing. So what was that?
when a body is immersed fully or partially in a fluid,
You picked up that point which you missed? Fully or partially immersed. When an object is completely or partially immersed in in a liquid, it always experiences which force? Bion force or an upsurge, which is always equal to the weight of the object. Weight of the object, not weight of the fluid. Correct here. Weight of the fluid displaced by it होगा या फिर weight of the object displaced by, right. Next one will be state and derive Newton's second law of motion. So this is pretty easy. So when you're talking of Newton's second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion कैसे आता है आपका? What does it state? Is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. Huh? Bolo. You merged up two things together.
Ma'am,
of motion, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. Takes place in the direction in which force acts.
Yes. Bolo. Ryan, आप भी बोलो.
according to Newton's second law of motion, the applied force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum and acts in the direction in which the force acts.
Yes. According to Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied on any object, right? So here F is equal, if F is directly proportional to change in momentum upon time, right? जब rate of बोलते हैं तो rate of का क्या मतलब होता है per unit time. So F is proportional to yes final momentum minus initial momentum. So that becomes mv minus mu upon t. So F becomes proportional to m v minus u upon t. So you know that what is v minus u upon t? Acceleration. So F is proportional to mass into acceleration upon time taken. Got it? Sorry, what did I say? Mass into
Mass into acceleration, Siraf.
yes, mass into acceleration. Okay. So that becomes mass into acceleration, but can we leave the relation like this? No, we have to change the proportionality, yes, to equality. So we'll add a constant small k. And what are we assuming the value of small k? 1. Yes, so it is important to mention where k is equal to 1. K किसके equal होगा? 1 k equal होगा. Is this clear? Please cross check everyone. So we have question number 38 with us. That question says, in the figure, the card is flicked with a push. It was observed that the card moves ahead while the coin falls in the glass. So can you see this activity? This activity is picked from your NCERT book, right? So this is a glass tumbler having a card and what is placed over it? What is placed over it? Coin. And this is a card and we have a glass and coin falls over it when you're flicking. So flicking means pushing it with a finger. So why does the coin fall in the beaker? Yes, yes. But सिर्फ ये लिखने से तुम्हें marks मिल जाएंगे because of inertia of rest. Yes, you are absolutely right. So, coin having more mass will experience more inertia of rest. So, even on flicking, the card drops down and the card flicks, the coin drops down and the card flicks away. If the above coin is replaced by a heavy 5 rupee coin, what will be your observation? This is a 1 rupee coin. Did they mention this? No. So this seems to be little confusing, right? क्योंकि coin fall तभी करेगा वो heavy होगा. If you compare the coin of rupee 1, rupee 2, rupee 5, so 5 rupee coin is much heavier than comparatively to 1 rupee and 2 rupee coin. So if the above coin is replaced by heavy 5 rupee coin, what will your observation give reason? The same thing. The coin will drop down into the glass tumbler because of inertia of rest. Take the law of motion involved. Who will state the first law of motion? Vidhan?
Object will stay in rest or keep moving until it is compared with
देखो आप लिख रहे हो बट योर लैंग्वेज इज इनअप्रोप्रिएट. अगर हमारा लैंग्वेज नहीं होगा ठीक तो नहीं बोलेंगे. 1 second Ryan. Archit, how do we start the law? Please tell me, how do we start the law? This law states that according to first law of motion,
body at rest and remain at rest for the motion until the external forces applied to change the state of rest or
of motion. A body at rest will remain at rest. A body in motion will continue to be in motion in straight line until and unless any external force is applied on it to change its state of rest or of motion. Online students, have you cross-checked everybody? Yes, yes, precisely. Okay, why do you think the paper moved forward? Thick paper. हाँ. No, why does it move forward? One by one, Vidhan then Ojals. Vidhan then Ojals.
Because of the external unbalanced force.
Is it right to say, is it right to talk about external unbalanced force here?
Because we have provided an external force to compel its state of rest into motion.
Mhm.
Because of the
Talking about the less mass, less inertia. That is why it is moved away. If you talk about thick paper, yes, the external force is applied and it experiences the less inertia due to comparatively less mass. यहाँ पे दो ऑब्जेक्ट की बात की गई है बेटा. यहाँ पे कौन से दो ऑब्जेक्ट की बात की गई है? One is coin and another one is thick paper. वैसे if I need to give a word on this पूरा case study, that is a AI based case study, so it has lot of errors while raising the question from the students, right? So if you are talking of thick paper, yes, the force and external force is applied, तो उस चीज के आपको teacher marks दे देगा. But at the same time it has moved away. तो कोई चीज तभी move करेगी ना जब वो overcome नहीं कर पाएगी उस external force को. तो overcome करने का क्या मतलब होता है? Inertia is the resistance provided by the body to change its state of rest or of motion. So यहाँ पे it will experience what is the magnitude of inertia? Lesser or more? Obviously less inertia. So it moved forward. Understood? You will talk about the thick paper. You will talk about less mass. You will talk about less inertia. You will talk about external force. Got it? Now, answer the following. You have to compute the speed of 2 kg ball having kinetic energy of 4 joules. Yes, so that is 2 meter per second. तो आपका mass कितना है? 2 kg है. Right? Kinetic energy कितनी है? 4 joules है. तो आपसे velocity पूछी गई है. तो v square is equal to kinetic energy upon 2m. क्या कर दिया मैंने? हाँ, हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर है ना, 2 times काइनेटिक एनर्जी अपॉन एम. ऐसे कर सकते हो आप, राइट? सो विच इज व्हाट इज काइनेटिक एनर्जी? 2 into 4. What is mass? 2. So v square equals to 4. So v is equal to 2 meter per second. Got it? A boy of mass 40 kg runs up to a flight of 50 steps 10 centimeter high, each 10 centimeter high. In 5 seconds, find the work done by the boy. So what is the work done by the boy, children? देखो, ये वाला क्वेश्चन आपका लखमीर सिंह का क्वेश्चन है फ्रॉम हाई ऑर्डर थिंकिंग स्किल्स क्वेश्चन. आपका बॉय का मास दे रखा है. व्हाट इज द मास ऑफ द बॉय? 40 kg. हाइट के लिए आपके पास 50 स्टेप्स हैं. ठीक है, लेट्स से. तो आपके पास कितने स्टेप्स हैं? 50 स्टेप्स हैं और हर स्टेप की हाइट कितनी है आपकी? 10 सेंटीमीटर है. और टोटल कितने स्टेप्स हैं? 50. तो टोटल हाइट कितनी हो गई? 500 सेंटीमीटर. ठीक है, विच इज इक्वल टू 5 मीटर. अब आपको टाइम क्या गिवन है? 5 सेकेंड. सो वर्क डन आपको फाइंड आउट करना है. So work done is given by mgh. So what is mass? 40. G आप क्या लेंगे? पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव? He runs up इस बात का भी ध्यान देना है, ये छोटा सा वर्ड गलती करवा सकता है। ही रन्स अप, तो जी आप क्या लेंगे, -10 लेंगे, और हाइट आपकी क्या आई है 5 मीटर, सो विच इज इक्वल टू 22,000 minus 2,000 joules. So work done against gravity, we know that it is always a negative work done. जब भी हम अगेंस्ट ग्रेविटी काम करते हैं तो कैसा वर्क डन होता है, नेगेटिव वर्क डन होता है। ये गलती किस किस से हुई है, नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव वाली, नेगेटिव वाली गलती। So derive the formula for kinetic energy. Let's revise the steps. Let's revise the steps in short form. Everyone, please keep a check on your steps. So we have to derive the formula for kinetic energy. I'm expecting a small diagram from all of you, from where you will be showing a medium which is having air into it, and the ball at rest, right, started moving within this medium. ये बॉल कहाँ मूव कर रही है, इस मीडियम में मूव कर रही है. So the ball will experience what? The ball will experience the negative force, right? यहाँ पे एयर है आपका, तो यहाँ पे वो क्या एक्सपीरियंस करेगा, नेगेटिव फोर्स, दैट इज द फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स एंड द फोर्स ऑपोजिंग फोर्स विच इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय एयर रेजिस्टेंस. सो वर्क डन बाय, लेट्स से the ball has covered a distance of s, right? So work done is given by F into S. ठीक है बच्चा, and the work done is, we know that work done is equal to energy consumed. And here which energy, since the ball is moving, so there which form of energy do we have? Yes, absolutely, we have kinetic energy. So can we say that since the work done is negative, so this is negative, right? So kinetic energy is given by minus F into S. So you must have assumed this equation as your first equation. आपने ये फर्स्ट इक्वेशन के जैसे assume किया होगा, right? The second most important thing you will be picking up is the third equation of motion, which is which relation? Velocity, position, velocity relation use करेंगे आप. What is that position velocity relation? V square minus U square equals to 2AS. अब आपको ध्यान कैसे रखना है, देखो here the ball has come at rest. So when the ball has come at rest, तो V is equal to 0. V किसके इक्वल हो जाएगा, 0 के इक्वल हो जाएगा, तो यहाँ पे 0 हो गया, right? Minus U square equals to 2AS. अब हमें दोनों की वैल्यू चाहिए, हमें F की चाहिए, S की चाहिए. S की वैल्यू हमें थर्ड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन से मिलेगी. S की वैल्यू हमें किससे मिलेगी, थर्ड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन से मिलेगी. तो हम क्या करेंगे, माइनस यू स्क्वायर अपॉन 2a इज इक्वल टू s. एज्यूम दिस एज 2. s की वैल्यू मिल गई. अब हम किसकी वैल्यू पे काम करें, f की वैल्यू हमें कहां से मिलेगी, एक्सेलरेशन से मिलेगी, राइट? सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन, न्यूटन. Yes, we will use Newton's second law of motion. Are you connecting online students? क्या आप कनेक्ट करके सारे स्टेप्स रीचेक कर रहे हैं? F is equal to m into a. Got it? F क्या हो जाएगा, m into a. तो आपके पास क्या आ जाएगा, F की वैल्यू m into a आ जाएगी. So what will you do? You will assume this as third. तो अब आपके पास काइनेटिक एनर्जी क्या है, काइनेटिक एनर्जी क्या है बेटा, माइनस एफ इंटू एस. सो माइनस एफ का वैल्यू क्या है, एम इंटू ए, और एस का वैल्यू क्या है, माइनस यू स्क्वायर अपॉन 2a. सो कैन वी सी, ए से ए कैंसल, नेगेटिव नेगेटिव बिकम्स पॉजिटिव. सो हियर इज द वेलोसिटी, राइट, एंड दिस इज हाफ m u square, which is equal to kinetic energy. Got it? Understood? Hence, proof. अब एक फटाफट से रिकैप देखो कैसे याद रखने स्टेप्स, क्योंकि बहुत बार मैं देख रही हूँ करते हो फिर भूल जाते हो, करते हो फिर भूल जाते हो. वर्क डन से स्टार्ट करोगे, वर्क डन इज इक्वल टू force into distance or displacement. So here you are using a negative work done. Now everyone knows the reason why negative work done. Because it is moving against friction or air resistance. So work done is equal to energy consumed. The second concept we are using, अब work done हमारा energy consumed के equal है, और यहाँ पे कौन सी energy आ रही है? Kinetic energy आ रही है. So work done किसके equal होगा? Kinetic energy के equal होगा. So kinetic energy is equal to minus F into S. अब पोजिशन वेलोसिटी रिलेशन देखोगे तो v square minus u square equals to 2as. Quickly we will be putting v square as 0 because the ball has finally come to rest. So with this we will be finding out the value of s. So जिसका वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करते हैं वो एक साइड रखते हैं, बाकी सब कुछ दूसरी साइड ले जाते हैं, ट्रांसपोज कर देते हैं. तो व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू गेट? माइनस यू स्क्वायर अपॉन 2a. अब हमने कौन सा लॉ यूज किया? सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन यूज किया. तो हमारे पास क्या आ गया? F इज इक्वल टू m इंटू a. राइट, यहाँ से हमें F की वैल्यू मिल गई. फिर से हम फर्स्ट पे गए एंड वी हैव सब्स्टिट्यूटेड इक्वेशन 2 and 3 इन इक्वेशन 1. सो F की वैल्यू हमने क्या रखा? m इंटू a. S का वैल्यू हमने क्या रखा? माइनस यू स्क्वायर अपॉन 2a. a will cancel a. What are we left with? Minus and minus will become positive. So half mu square. U represents the velocity. It could be initial velocity or the final velocity. Is this clear everyone? ये गलती मत कर आना क्योंकि डेरिवेशन एक ना एक अटकता ही है. So with this we have completed Hanshul's paper. तो हमने पूरा एक पेपर फुल्ली डिस्कस कर लिया है. Now I am asking Didi to put one more paper in front of you that you all will be doing, and then we will be